Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. It is September 1st, y'all. Where in the entire heck is our whole entire year going? I have no idea. You know, I was thinking the other day, like, we'll blink twice and it will be quickly December, and we'll blink again and it'll be the middle of next year. I can't believe that it's September 1st. It seemed like just yesterday it was the beginning of the year. So it's like really taking me aback, but nonetheless, I'm excited because today marks our first day for sacred sexuality. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but every single month the thing changes inside of the red tent. What we focus on, what I talk about during our Tuesday Rise and Grinds, what the lives are centered around, and videos that are to come, it's all based upon whatever the theme is for the month. So we just came out of, and during August, we just came out of Oshun and Divine Femininity, right? Oshun in August. And so now we're going full throttle into sacred sexuality in September. And I think it's like so many things that we can touch on and we can talk about dealing with this topic. So I'm looking forward to peace and blessings. I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to be discussing in the space. Hey, yes, sis, call me. Are we still on for Friday? You know, I'll be looking forward to connecting with my folks. And I do want to say, I saw one of the sisters had posted on her timeline in Instagram. Yes. I saw one of the sisters had posted on her timeline and Instagram about tonight and was like, I'm going to be doing live Yoni steaming and tagged me in it. And I really appreciate the love that the sister showed me, but we actually aren't going to be doing any live Yoni steaming until Friday. So I think that she might have misread what was posted, but nonetheless, I'm super excited because hopefully she'll still show up and she'll get to hear about all the other announcements and things that are going to be going on. So I decided some dates for things that we're going to be doing in the tent. So I'm going to get into that into 2 seconds. Right now, I'm trying to unravel a brand new spool of sage. I got some pieces here, but I clearly need charcoal for these because it's a bunch of little teeny weeny buds, and your girl ain't got time to be burning up her daggone fingertips, messing around with some daggone sage. So we going to burn the big boy and stop playing. I got a couple of new books that I'm going to be reading out of tonight. We're going to dive into a couple of topics dealing with Taoism. I remember one of those lives, I can't remember now at this point. I was discussing the different stages that the women's. Thank you. I was discussing the energy that's going into Taoism and the stages that the body goes through before orgasm and all those kind of juicy things. Can't remember exactly what live that was, but I touched on it in a previous live. And during that live, I actually discussed a book on Taoism that I had. And so I'm going to read a passage out of there. I think every time we meet, I'm probably going to reference that book, but then there'll be individual videos that are going to be coming. Now, I haven't really decided yet if everything is going to be centered around lives at this moment, because to sit down in front of the camera and try to talk to it and not be worried about the perfection of the video, which is really an issue for me because I am a perfectionist. I hate to say that, but I am. It's kind of difficult. So it's way easier for me to get on here and just kind of ad-lib this and go along with spirit than it is for me to try to script the whole thing, which is why y'all seem to be seeing me a lot more on lives than on individual videotaped kind of videos that I was doing before. So now I'm sending y'all some Palo Santos before we hop in. Spirits and divine guides, most high, I ask that you come into this space, that you protect this energy that is here, remove whoever and whatever is not meant to be in this space, and bring forth and call in whatever is supposed to be here in this space. Let it be magnified. Let the energy of sacred sexuality, divine femininity, and the safeness of us connecting as sisters be amplified in this space. I call on all of my spirit guides, all of my ancestors, the Most High, and all entities who are here to usher in this space in a positive direction that it's supposed to be in. And I remove and I cast out and I send you away quickly every spirit and entity that is not supposed to be in this space, that's coming here to thwart any mission that I or the women in this circle have here in this collective. And I ask that you will seal this space in positivity. I mean, all right, so let's do this. I'm going to pick a couple of cards because I'm feeling very cardish right now. I'm going to see what kind of energy is going on in the space, in the collective. I'm not hearing any particular messages, specifically. Oh, child, that's ghetto. Sorry, y'all. I had to put that on the floor, child. I can't hear that the whole daggone video. Y'all should see it in here. It's going through a revamping, clearly. A revamping and a cleansing. The sister had to go in the other day, cleaning this space. And so stuff is like everywhere. I'm moving stuff. I got new Yoni steaming chairs. I'm preparing for this party this weekend that I'm hype about. What the hell is going on with this cord? Come on, man. So I'm excited. But how y'all doing? Not talking about me. How y'all doing? While I shuffle the cards. How you doing, Malvina? How you doing, Steph? I don't know who else might be here. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all looking forward to this sacred sexuality and getting into some juicy topics? How y'all lovely ladies doing? I'm looking forward to this weekend, y'all. I really am looking forward to our new moon rituals that we're going to be doing, because baby, I'm looking forward to, hey, I love it. I'm looking forward to everything that we're getting ready to be manifesting for the rest of the year. We're going to talk a little bit about energy. I feel like it's really important that whenever I really start to like dig into topics centered around sexuality and femininity and all those kind of things, that we discuss the cycles of the seasons. I know a lot of people base their times and their patterns off of the January to December calendar, but the January to December calendar will have you jacked up as far as your feminine energy goes if you follow and base all of your business and everything that you're doing. I know a lot of ladies in my collective are entrepreneurs, so we base our energy off of that. It can tend to get a little hectic and crazy sometimes. So I do want us to talk about that. I don't know if I'm going to dive into that tonight, though, because tonight I'm just going to kind of let spirit guide this conversation after I pull these cards and see where it goes. But I do want us to discuss, the seasons that we're in. We're getting ready to go into the fall equinox. What does that mean? What does that mean? Where should we be at in our businesses? Where should we be at with our energy? Where should we be at in our planning? Should we be planning? Should we be picking? Should we be harvesting? Should we be planting? Should we be in our inside of ourselves, reflecting on what we want? That all of those things are important in order for us to be manifesting the life that we really, really want. So I think that on Friday's new moon, I'm probably going to jump into that topic, because I think that even as we're planning these little mini cycles of productivity every time the new and the full moon comes around, and we're basing all of the stuff that we want to achieve of that during and dealing with that time, I think it's important that we focus on the energy that's already naturally pushing us in the universe as well, and that we aren't working against that. So even while we're still coming up with new things. It's way too many cards. New things for us to focus on and do. We're still keeping in mind what the natural energy is that's already in the universe, and dealing with the seasons. So we all know that summer is the time of things blossoming and growing, and we're getting ready to go into the energy of fall. And I don't know if it is where y'all are, but in Philly, baby, it is definitely chilly. Like, it is, you can feel the coolness coming in the air. And you can feel the shift of the seasons coming. Like, I can feel it. And I just always think that that's really interesting. Happy, first card. I always think that it's really interesting when you can feel the energy changing throughout the seasons. I know I definitely feel a energy of happiness, a renewal. I feel a very renewed spirit and energy in my home, in myself, in my business. You know, I was sitting here plucking away a little bit earlier, going in with business. Been sitting at this desk all day and like really grinding, you know. While I'm shuffling these cards, if there are any numbers that you guys see over and over, write them down. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3. Any numbers like that, write it, because I got my angel numbers book. Something in my energy was saying pick it up, so I did. And so we're going to look up whatever numbers people see a lot. Second card is money. Hey, I could take happy and money. Got one more card. Let's see what else comes out. What other energy is going on? I'm definitely open for the energy of abundance, baby, and money. I'm open for that. I'm sure everybody in this circle is. Woo. It's way too many cards. It's like 7 cards flipped over. Let's try this again. I'm gonna see my dear spirit guides. Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. Yeah, I'm feeling very slow jamish right now. Don't know. I was getting ready to say, no card want to come out. My goodness. Am I only supposed to take 2 today? Ooh. Third card is healing. So I think it's really interesting that the first card that we got is kind of like a fuchsia. I don't know if y'all can tell that. Second card was money. And then the third card is very similar to that green, and it's healing. Now, on my side, I can tell that healing is a little bit darker than money, but on the screen, it looks like it's the same exact green. Or maybe you could tell a little bit of the difference. All right, so those are our 3 cards in the energy. And then I'm going to pick some, I'm going to pick some synchronicity cards. Are there any numbers that you guys see all the time? If so, drop them. Let's look them up. You know, everything is a sign and a symbol for me. Everything is a confirmation or a negation that I go throughout life. So every number we see over and over again, every color we see over and over again, letters we see over and over again, it all means stuff. Especially if we're praying on something specific. Like, I feel like, I know I'm going to get a call later on in the week. I feel like right now, a lot of women in my circle are praying about direction. Praying about direction, praying about guidance on where they're supposed to be, trying to find their way and their footing. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Am I on the right path? Am I going towards the right thing? Am I doing the right thing in my life? Am I doing my purpose? Should I be scratching and scrapping everything that I have done so far and starting completely over? Somebody is at a sense in a place of frustration, dealing with the path that they're in and where they're going, feeling like they need to just scrap everything that they've worked on thus far. They don't give a damn how old they are, and start over. And I think that's a really interesting energy that I'm picking up right now, because fall very much has the energy of reflecting on everything that we have done thus far, and that we have to be setting all of our time and our energy into bringing in the harvest of what the spring and the summer should have been bringing us. So during the summertime, we were blossoming and we were blooming and we were having things come into full effect in our lives. During the springtime, I started spring. During the springtime, we're focusing all of our energy onto planting seeds that we want to blossom in summer. In summertime, things begin to blossom and bloom that we started planting. In the fall time, we're picking up the energy of going in on we're picking up the energy of going in on harvesting everything that we've done thus far. And then in the winter time, after we've harvested everything, it's a time to let everything that we had there from the previous year die out in order for us to be able to be ready to start planting again anew come spring. So I feel very much like there's energy centered around scrapping everything. The first card that came out was Faith. Second card that came out, can y'all see, is Rest. I'm going to take one more card. So, any numbers that you guys see over and over, I see 1001 and I see 1010 a lot. So I'm going to look up both of those numbers. But if there's a number that you guys see on a regular basis, make sure y'all drop them. The World, being crowned, and knowing that really that whatever we want to be able to manifest and have in our grasp is possible. The energy of everything we want is able to be at our fingertips. Having the faith that whatever path you're on, whatever energy you're walking towards, whatever you've been focusing on, having a blind faith too, because she's blindfolded. She can't see, but she knows. She uses her intuition to allow her to be guided. And here in the Red Tent, we talk a lot about our feminine energy and all those kind of things. But when we really start to think about what faith is and walking by faith and not by sight, and not having to worry about if we can see the path we're going on, but trusting that whatever is inside of us is exactly where we're supposed to be. That little nudge that we feel is where we're supposed to be, and how we're supposed to be going about our lives is important as women. And I'm really feeling that energy of somebody feeling like the path that they've been on thus far is not where they're supposed to be. Like they need to scrap it all, start completely over, bring everything that we're feeling to the surface so that we can look at it all, because that's really the energy that we're going into. But then still remembering that in everything that we do, rest is essential. Now, healing came up, money came up, and happiness came up with the color and energy cards. So I think that it is really interesting that we have 3 greens and a fuchsia. This is so deep. I just went through a really rough time last week. I was working on my business. I was working on my health. I was revamping a bunch of stuff that was going on in my life. I was sent a major test from the Most High, a test like I have never withgone in my whole entire life. Through this test, I know that everything that I'm working towards is being upgraded, is being advanced. I think that sometimes as women, we're tested with a lot. because we are a lot of the times the focal point of which the family pivots on, right? But if we aren't also focused on how this test is getting ready to advance us and help us to advance, we're going to be messed up. And so I know that during this time last week, I had a lot of time to reflect on my path that I'm on, the people that are surrounding me, the energy and the protection that I feel like I have to put up right now is unreal. I feel like there's a lot of people in my energy and in my circle and in my space that used to be there that can no longer go with me. I feel like there's a lot of people who I trusted a lot, that I let into my space, that I let into my camp, that aren't allowed to go with me where I'm going. And I know for me, I have a real problem with trying to drag everybody along with me on my path and on my journey. I'm not okay with leaving anybody behind. I feel like there should never be anybody left behind. And because I went through this really hard revamping last week, I think it was just a moment for me to really get into perspective. Baby, you getting ready to be advancing. You got to have the rest. You got to take the rest that you need, but you got to know and have the faith that you got the whole world and everything that you want is in your grasp. You can have whatever you want. This isn't a message just for me. This is for the collective. So through that time, a healing took place. A healing in my body, a healing in my mind, a healing in my business, so that the money, the abundance, the energy, the happiness that comes along with things flowing the way that they should in life can come and be in my space and reside in everything that I'm bringing to you guys too. So I'm going to leave those cards there. I'm going to keep pondering on it. I'm going to read some of these comments that are coming in. Every test is a testimony. Absolutely, Marsha. I've been seeing 444 and 555 a lot lately for these last 2 weeks. So we want to look those two numbers up. If there's any numbers that you guys been seeing, drop them. I'm going to look them up in my angel number books. Every level you have to leave some folks behind. Absolutely. In Psalms 1. So if I have my Bible, which I do believe I have behind me, we're going to look up Psalms 1. I'll read it on here. 444. 444. You are surrounded by 100,000 angels. Miracles are happening before your eyes. The energy of 444. I'm going to read it again. You are surrounded by 100,000 angels. Miracles are happening before your eyes. Claim that, child. Claim it. Claim it right now. 555. All of your efforts are paying off. Abundance is yours to have, live, and experience. Open up your heart, arms, and mind to receive the blessings that are being offered to you now. Malvina, baby, you got some real stuff coming to you, child. I hope you claiming this. All your efforts are paying off. Abundance is yours to have, live, and experience. Open your heart, arms, and mind to receive the blessings that are being offered to you now. 555. Let me really quickly. Let's get the. This is the Bible of my grandmother, whose house I have inherited. As you can see, it has been used throughout the years. It's good and beat up, but that's a good sign. And although I am Christian, although I am Christian, ooh, that was interesting. Although I am Muslim, there is a firm belief in Islam that we believe in all of the prophets and all of the holy books. So I don't push off or make other people from other faiths and religions feel any type of way. I believe that all of the holy books have a very significant place in my life. I'm going to speak for myself. And so I'm open to reading the other holy books and acknowledging the words that the Most High has given us in whatever book it is. So, with that being said, let's read. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth. We're gonna pause the music to have some respect for the Most High. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted. Oh my God, Steph. Listen to this, child. This is too deep. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sitters in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. It's so crazy because I was having a conversation earlier with my assistant about being a tree and being firmly planted and feeling that within myself that it's needed in this place and this time I'm in my life, and what I'm going through and what I have gone through in this past week, that if I was not rooted in my spirituality and in my understanding dealing with the Most High the way that I am, no telling where I would have ended up. No telling what would have happened to me last week, honestly. So this was just confirmation for me. Thank you, darling. Yes, I mean, thank you, darling, for posting this, my dear Marcia. It has been a rough last year, and especially for the last few months. Thank you so much. Claimed and received. Yes, child, claim it. If anybody else has numbers that they can think of throughout this time, drop them. Any other passages you want me to read, drop it. I will. Feeling like I need to be burning some more Palo Santos. So that's what we're going to do before we start jumping into this sacred sexuality. Ooh, sure. Thank you, Most High, for everything. For the test, thank you for the struggles, and thank you for the confirmation of success. I claim it, I know it is mine, and I walk fully into it. There is nobody who can take away the victory that I know is meant for me. And I will use them as a footstool for whoever thinks they about to be a hindrance on my path. That is a confirmation and an affirmation. Right now, here in this very space. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just, whoo, child. All right. Everything on the website has been changed. The look of it has been changed to go along with sacred sexuality in September, which is the theme right now. I will be doing a live every Friday. I'm getting ready to write it down. I'm getting ready to bring the dates to y'all right now so that y'all will know ahead of time. I will be posting it on social media for those of you who follow me. If you don't and you're watching this later on, make sure you go and you follow me on Instagram and Facebook so that you can be kept up to date with everything that I put up for Yoni Love Herbals and this red tent. This coming weekend, you guys know that it is the new moon energy coming in. So we will have the new moon gathering on Friday. We will be doing community Yoni steaming. And if my cycle was off in time, as I expressed yesterday during the live, or what day was that? yesterday during a live, then I will be steaming. If not, then unfortunately I will just give a demonstration for those sisters who are not aware of how it goes. And then hopefully that'll be some assistance to you guys. But that Sunday we will have the red tent meeting on the 5th. So if you ladies know any women that you want to introduce to the community, that you want to bring in, or that you think may be able to benefit from something that we are dealing with or talking about here in this space and in this circle, make sure you invite them on the 5th. That was how I met Malvina, who I'm very grateful for meeting by way of Marsha last time. If you know any women who are starting businesses who may want to join in on the red tent meeting and be there for what we're going to talk about, centered around everything that was brought up in the previous meeting last month, make sure you invite them to come on Sunday. Sunday I will also be doing our new moon rituals, and I will be bringing you guys another new moon ritual for you guys to use and to put into your notebook and your arsenal of things that you can use to help manifest the life that you want. The following Friday, which is September the 10th, we will have our twerk party, and it will be on Blue Jeans. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I know there's going to be a sister who's going to come and drop in the comments, or that's going to email me, hey, sis, I want to be a part of it. And I'm going to respond to her, and I'm not going to get an answer back. And then there's not going to be a way that I can add you in. But I will be having a twerk party on the 10th of September. If you are interested in coming to the twerk party, make sure you drop your name and you say me, so that I can send you an invite in your email for you to be able to join. If you are here, let me write my email right now. Make sure that you come. Twerking is, or has been given, a negative vibe about it, but it's like one of the most healing things that we can be doing as women for our wombs. The movement of our hips and of our womb helps energy, just like massage does. Hey, how are you? It helps to move the energy centered around our womb circle. Peace, sis. I'm so happy you here. This month is sacred sexuality in September. So I was just explaining to the ladies that everything centered around this month is going to be dealing with sacred sexuality. We're going to get into orgasm again, because the ladies had asked me to jump into Taoism and to talk about the different levels and stages that the body goes through, and different symbols and signs and things like that that happens throughout our body. We're going to be talking about twerking and using it as a way of healing. We're going to have a twerk party on the 10th. So if you want to come, make sure that you drop it. Drop your email so that I can send you an invite, because your girl will not be here live doing no twerking. So you got to drop your email for me to be able to send you an invite in Blue Jeans to be able to be a part of the twerk party that we're going to have. The 17th, then we will come back. I think that's going to be for the full moon. Let me get my calendar, y'all, because I got all of this. I'm sorry, I got to cover all this business first before we go in. But for those people who are going to watch this playback, I want them to just be able to have the information before I start going off into wherever spirit is going to take me in this conversation. Yes, the 17th will be our week of the full moon energy. So that Friday, I'll be going live. And then that following weekend, the 24th, I'm going to have a sex trivia party. So we're going to be discussing trivia centered around sex, and sacred sexuality and everything else. I got your email, Chantel. I will definitely send you the invite. We're going to be talking about, but it's hitting on my side, so I can see, but everybody else can't, and I'll make sure that it's not put up. Stuff, I'll forward it to you so that you can put a reminder, darling, whenever, when you send me my email reminder. Hold on for a second. Let me write this down so I don't lose it. So, that following Friday, which is the 24th, we will have the sex trivia. It won't be a Zoom call. It'll be something that's very similar to Zoom, which that I use in a company. It's called Blue Jeans. It operates the same way as Zoom. It's just a different vehicle. So I will send it works exactly the same. I'll send an invitation to you, click it, and then you'll be able to join the party. And I'll send in the invitation, I'll send the information about the time, the date, and all of the other stuff. Marsha and Malvina, I'll automatically send it to y'all because I just know that, you know, a lot of the stuff that I do, y'all want to be a part of. So it'll just be automatically sent to you guys. Chantel, is there any numbers that you are used to seeing that you see over and over, like 333, 444, 555, 123, anything like that? If so, drop them. I'll look them up in the book. We had picked some cards earlier to get the energy centered around what was going on right now. We got rest, we got faith, and we got the world. And 12. Okay, I'll look that up. And I actually see that time a lot on the clock, 12. So that's really interesting that you see it as well. But I thought that all three of those cards were really interesting, especially because of what I was coming out of last week. But then, I mean, this isn't just about me. The energy that we've also been focusing on in the collective for manifestation. So I'm looking forward to this Friday and the manifestation that we're going to be doing. I noticed it's about 12 in here. Oh, okay. You have the power to bring healing and light to the world. Notice how your intentions and actions are already doing just that, is what the book says. You have the power to bring healing and light to the world. Notice how your intentions and actions are already doing just that. Ashe. Claim it, Charles. Claim it. All right, so let's jump into the meat. Girl, I keep seeing 12 on license plates, time everywhere. Yeah, when you start seeing it like that, I would take note. I would take note, and if you have a journal that you write in, I would definitely write it down because it means something. Everything is a sign and a symbol. All right, so as you guys know, in the other previous live, I talked to you guys about the signs and the symbol that the body goes through when it's time for a woman to orgasm. And so during this month, this is the book that we're going to be studying out of, the Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity. Now, I know some people say Tao or Tao. It's not Tao, it's Tao. It's Taoism. A modern practical guide to the ancient way. So this book has mounds of knowledge, but we're going to get to the nitty gritty. It covers, it's vast. So if y'all want it, I don't even know. Damn, is this book still in print? This was one of those books that I happened to go to one of those used bookstores, was looking through the shelf and found this book. I'm really big on going to a used bookstore and like searching through all their old dusty books up on the shelf because I'm bound to find something. And that's why I found this book. But this book covers the yin and yang, the three treasures, which is the essence of life, the energy of life, and the spirit of life. Diet and nutrition, human dietary devolution, the science of food combining, which is really important for those who don't know, culinary spark of life, the Tao of health, fasting and excretion, breathing, exercise, Taoist healing arts, the Tao of sex is a whole entire second portion of the book. And in that part, which is what we're going to talk about, the Tao of yin and yang, which is the nature of man and woman, ejaculation control, which is really important for men, and Taoist bedroom arts. Peace and blessings. If there's anybody that's coming in and you guys see numbers a lot, make sure you drop them and I will look them up in the angel numbers book. Okay, for those who may be interested. So we looked up 12, we looked up 444 and 555. If there's a number that you see often, drop it and I'll look it up. Okay, so anyway, so in this though, so let's talk real quick though. So as ladies, in a previous discussion, I had covered the information that as men, Rukaya, yeah, go upstairs in my room, baby. Sorry, y'all. Gotta send the baby away. Because I already know it's about to get a little bit ratchet in here. So since I know, I might as well just take necessary precautions. Thank you, darling. You're such a living doll. She's sick of me. All right. So in the previous conversation, we had started talking about sex and getting into all those juicy topics. And during the time that we were talking, I was talking about the Taoist approach that men should not release their ejaculation, right? They should hold on to their ejaculation because the Taoist understanding is every time a man ejaculates his semen, he actually loses a portion of his life force. His semen is his life force. Now, for women, we retain ours inside of us unless you are a woman who is forcing it out and you're squirting across the room. Other than that, you will hold on to your ejaculation. And so during that, in doing that, you're holding on to your life force. But then in addition to that, when your partner ejaculates, you're also taking his energy as well. And I'm talking about on the positive side, okay? I'm not going to focus on the negative side necessarily right now from pulling from him what he has. I've already covered all of that in the previous live. Right now, I'm just talking about the simple practice of holding on to what your mate ejaculates. So if you're a woman that's with a man and your male counterpart ejaculates and you absorb that, you are now absorbing your own ejaculation back into your body and it's adding to your essence, and you're also absorbing his from him back into your body, and you're also absorbing that essence as well. But for him, every time he ejaculates, he loses a portion of his life force. So in Taoism, they actually teach the science of men being able to control the ejaculation so that every time you ejaculate, it's not outward and it's not a burst of energy that's quick lived and then it quickly goes away. They teach the inward ejaculation that then becomes a full body orgasm and then moves you into like the next level of consciousness. So it's a really deep concept, and throughout the month what I think I'm going to do is just break down little parts within inside the subject so that we're not trying to dive into all of it at once, and like mauling it up. So I'm going to read a little passage from this because I hate to always have to read to you guys from what the books are saying because I don't want it to be boring, but it's hard for me to expound on things and bring up things and like teach y'all without there being a portion where I'm actually reading or talking about it in depth. So because of the way that I love the way that this book breaks down the energy of sex, and make it into something that's a sacred ritual just as well as it's a physical, like, oh, thank you, I needed that. The way that it breaks down both of those sides is important to me, because I think in everything that we do, there needs to be balance. So yeah, we need to be holy, trying to levitate and all of that other stuff. But then sometimes we just need to go ahead and get our nut. And if we aren't able to be balanced in that, like, oh, I don't want to be attached to anything that's lower vibration, then we aren't in balance. We have to acknowledge that side of tonight I just need to get mines, and then the other side of, oh yeah, now tonight I want to levitate and see if I can defy the sense of gravity and all these other kind of like real esoteric things dealing with sex. So I'm gonna read from here this portion, just to give kind of like an understanding for you guys to understand what we're going to be in. The hell? Oh, okay. Here we go. All the best medicines and good food in the world cannot help one achieve longevity unless one knows the practice of the Tao and of yin and yang. And so that's a quote from a Taoist master. All right, so the Chinese have always held the Taoist view that sexual relations between male and female are the primary earthly manifestation of the universal principles of yin and yang. And y'all are familiar with yin and yang, right? It's the black portion, half of the ball that has the white circle, and then the white portion of the ball that has a small black circle. That is showing the proper and equal balance of yin and yang in everything that we do. So that's what I'm talking about that balance, getting back into that balance, right? All right, so anyway, the intense sense of guilt attached to sexual matters in Christian tradition is, in Chinese eyes, one of the most unpleasant and uncomprehensible aspects of Western culture. Traditional Western, oh God, child, I can't even read. I'm trying to read to y'all and I can't even read today. Lord. Traditional Western hypocrisy towards sex has prevented serious study of human sexuality in the Western world until only a few decades ago. Like everything else in Western philosophy, sex is viewed through the lens of dualism. It is seen as either sacred in matrimony or profane out of wedlock, with no room for anything in between. The Chinese, however, do not draw distinctions between sacred and profane sex. As far as Taoists are concerned, the only important distinctions regarding sexual activities are those between healthy and unhealthy habits. Now, I think that that's really deep. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to be cutting in throughout this, right? I'm going to be doing my ad lib. Y'all know I can't not say something, but I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, I think that it's really deep because there is so much shame centered around sex and sexuality. I started talking to you guys on Tuesdays live about my feeling that I need to talk to Rakaya, very real, very candid, about sex. I don't want her trying to figure out what sex is supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be like, and all of these other different things. I mean, as much as I can. Obviously, I can't be there as a damn fly on the wall for her first encounter and everything like that. And I don't even want to be there for that kind of creepiness. But what I am saying is, I want her to be as educated going into her sexual relations as possible, right? And I feel like as her mom, it's my job and my duty to teach her as much as I can. So as a way to try to safeguard the need for her to go and search in other ways, whether it's with friends, whether it's just experimenting with boys and whatever else may come. I think that young ladies in our society do not get an opportunity enough to be free and expressive of their sexuality or their sexual thoughts and desires at a young age. My daughter is 12. For Chantel. My daughter is Chantel. My daughter is 12, Chantel. And so she's coming into, understanding, her body. Now, she did get her cycle at 9, which also means though that it made her be mature well before her age and her time. At 9, and even before 9, when I saw that she was getting ready to go through the transition and change into womanhood, right? I was real with her then about sex. I wasn't like, ooh, sex is taboo. Ooh, everybody whisper about it. No. When we are really scared about our kids hearing about sex. And like right now, I sent her upstairs because I want to be free to say what I want about squirt and ejaculation and whatever else I might come up with. I feel like all of those things are things that she needs to learn about right now? No, I do not. So as her mother, I also have the need to protect her in certain things. But for the most part, when it comes down to just basics dealing with sex and understanding about the body, I need my daughter to be well aware of her body, the changes it's going through, and the very real need and desire that she may be feeling at this time, and to know that you are normal. I think that a lot of the shame and the guilt we have as women, and when we start getting into like being intimate with mates, whatever, whether that's a man or a woman, and being naked in front of someone and exposing our body and things like that, we don't get a chance to really be free a lot of times. We don't get a chance to really to be free with our sexuality when we're younger. So it makes us be stifled, afraid, scared to be ourselves, feel like we can only be a certain way in front of certain people. Throughout life. Now, I am a very open person. For the most part, I'm an open book. I am very open with, like, if you was to come up and ask me questions or anything like, like y'all do here or whatever, even things that can get kind of personal sometimes, I'm going to be open for the 90% of the time. I'm going to be open with you. Unless I feel like it's coming from a place that's not centered in my best good, then I'm of course not going to allow you into my space and my energy, what I share with you. But for the most part, I'm a very open person. Do I think that it's needed, quote unquote, or something that should be done. No, because I understand that everybody has their own levels of comfortability. But we have to know as women that a lot of the shame, guilt, pressure, oh my God, he's looking at me, she's looking at me, what is this that's happening to me? I never even realized. Well, let me finish my first statement. A lot of the shame and the guilt and things like that and emotions that we have centered around sex are coming from an unhealthy place where we have been shamed into feeling that way, either by a sister, a mother, a previous relationship, or someone else that we've encountered during our stages of development into the women that we are today. So, specifically as a woman who has dealt with molestation and rape, and I'm gonna be real with y'all on here, right? Specifically as a woman who has dealt with molestation and rape, trying to learn how to heal. How do you heal something that's so raw and so open? Later on in life, how do you even come to a place where you don't feel dirty, you don't feel ashamed, you don't feel scared to share that with people and to connect with other women? How do you um, I don't know if Jeremy, I don't know if you are a troll, but if you are, this is not the space or the time for it. I'm sorry. So I'm just being real and I'm not trying to be rude, but there's been times that I had other people come in and ask questions that were highly inappropriate, and I don't know if that's what you're trying to do or not. So I just need to put that out there because I will block you. If you aren't being rude and being a troll, then you are more than you are more than welcome to say. But how do you ask a girl out without being weird? I think that you just come out and you just straight ask them. I'm sorry, Jeremy, to be I just have had past experiences with it. So my apologies if I came off abrupt with you. Um but I think that you should just approach her and you should just tell her straight how you feel. I like a man who is able to come straight through the front door and is able to um tell me real, to be real with me. It's nothing like swag. It's no kind of swag like a man who can come and state exactly what he here for. If you coming in through the front door and you beating around the bush, you're not gonna get nowhere with your sis. I'm gonna be like, and keep it moving. And I think 90% of the women probably that I know anyway would appreciate a guy coming straight through the front door. Not like, oh yeah, I'm trying to take you out so we could do whatever. No, not from that place, but from a place of being real and just being open and free with your thought process and with your desires. Yeah, awesome. Wish you the best on that, brother. So Chantel was saying, absolutely, that's how I felt until about a year ago, scared and ashamed to be naked in front of my mate and other women. Yeah. And I think that a lot of us deal with that, to be quite honest. I think that a lot of us are ashamed. But the most important thing, Chantel, when we deal with that is to see and to ask ourselves, where did that originate from? So for every emotion and feeling that we have, um, centered in our circle and in our space within us, right? When we're feeling those emotions, we have to ask ourselves, where did that come from? That's not something that we're alone. We aren't naturally born ashamed of our bodies. We aren't naturally born ashamed of who we are, feeling like we need to cover, we need to hide, we need to figure out how nobody can see us. That's not a natural instinct as a baby. A baby is very free. Put a baby in a space and allow them to run around without a diaper. They are free as a jaybird and they are cool with being naked. And baby, when I tell you, your girl is like, yes, I'm just like the baby bird and the baby who wants to run around here with nothing on, baby, that's me. Okay. I hate clothes. I hate constriction. I'm an air sign down to my core. Let me be free with nothing on. So the feeling that we need to hide or be ashamed or be afraid of where and who might see us is something that's not our natural disposition. So we got to go back within, right? In order for us to really start to get into fully loving ourselves and feeling what it's like to be a woman, right? And to be real in our bodies and in ourselves, and expressing that, and being able to be intimate and get into the place where we want it to be a lot of times, and get into the place where we can climax. It's going to take us to be able to get down to the nitty-gritty of where that originated from. So I think it's really interesting, getting back to the book really quick, I think it's really interesting that the Chinese don't have this concept of bad times to have sex and good times to have sex. They have the concept of these are healthy practices in sex and these are non-healthy practices in sex. It's not this whole thing of if you do it this way, you're damned to hell and you're not pure and you're a bad person. No. I'm really, and this is a really interesting content because I am a spiritual and religious woman, right? But I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm really against the concept of if you don't do it like this under these exact lines and it has to look like that, then you're a bad person and you're not okay as a woman and you shouldn't be thinking like that. Like, I don't believe in all of that. I really don't. When it comes to, especially when it comes around my sexuality, I don't believe in it. I'm just be real with y'all. I feel like the Most High created sex and created everything that comes along with it. Yes, it was made and brought to us as a form of procreation, for us to be able to advance the human race forward, right? But the reality of that is all of the desires that I have inside of me. See, I don't believe in anything outside of me creating an aspect of me, right? Meaning that I don't believe in something other than the Most High creating something centered around sex. Therefore, for me, because I don't associate any other energy outside of the Most High, meaning the Creator, being the thing that makes something be in exact existence. And I don't want to get real deep into spirituality here, but I'm trying to pretty much give y'all an idea of where my thinking is. So because I don't believe in anything else creating a form of or a layer of sexuality, then that also means that everything that's encompassed inside of it, what's considered good and bad, all comes from one divine source, is my point. So since I believe in one divine source, I believe also that everything centered around it was made to be a natural expression of my full embodiment of my womanhood. And with that comes the energy that there's going to be some stuff that's going to be seen as vulgar, right? And there's going to be some things that's going to be seen as not vulgar over here. I don't believe in those two different spaces. I believe, baby, be and let it be. Be and it is. You know how the Most High said, be and it is? Baby, be and it is. It's all going to happen. It's all going down. It's all. Now, do I believe in levels of comfortability based upon you? Yes. Do I believe that certain sexual acts for myself is not going down? Yes, absolutely. Like, ain't no, baby, you can't come nowhere near here. You heard me? You can't stick a nothing in a nothing hole other than a front one. I'm just trying to be real with y'all and not be too much, but you can't get nowhere near anal sex with me. It ain't happening. That it wasn't made for that. It wasn't made. I know y'all probably like the child is crazy, but it wasn't made for that. Cat, don't play with me because I will wet you tonight. It wasn't made for that. So back to reading my book. I'm sorry, I digressed. So anyway, the Chinese approach the subject of human sexuality with a blend of curiosity and reverence, just as they do all natural phenomena. Since sexual relations are a fundamental to human life as eating and sleeping, Taoist adepts devoted a lot of time and thought to researching its every aspect and implication for human health and longevity. In a society happily free of sexual repression, and that's exactly what it would be considered as repression, Taoist physicians took a long and careful look at human sexual behavior, and they candidly recorded their findings in journals and books, couched in the usual florid Taoist terminology. Get yourself down. Get down. Sorry, y'all. You know, the cat always got to make a debut. Word, period. Now, let me also say, in all of these conversations we having, if anal is your thing, baby, go on and do you, boo. I'm just saying, I'm speaking for myself, what is and isn't going over here. And because I am very open and honest with my sexuality, I'm going to say it. But for whoever might be into it, baby, whatever floats your boat, get that boat the hell floating, all right? You heard me? I'm just talking about me. Um, I hear you, child. All right, so the nature of man and woman. The essential difference between sexual nature of man and woman lies in a different nature of male and female orgasm. When a man ejaculates, he ejects his semen essence from his body. When a woman reaches orgasm, she too ejaculates, and they have it in quotation marks, all sorts of sexual secretions internally, but these are retained within her body. For both men and women, sexual essence is an important storage battery for vital energy and a major source of resistance and immunity. Now, did y'all hear that? The idea that a man ejaculates his semen out of his body allows him to be more susceptible to virus and illness, according to Taoism. The more he's able to, in us as in general, but I'm saying a man because for us, we hold our secretions, as we talked about before, inside of us. But the more that he's able to hold his secretions inside of him, the more he builds up his immunity to virus and ailments. Now, it would be very interesting to look at during this time of COVID-19, how many of the population or percentage of men versus women died during this time? Was the numbers equal out, or was it men more and women less? Right? Because when you start to think about your immunity being beat down and you not being able to fight off other disease and ailments, you have to think about the concept of every time I release a portion of my life force, I'm weakening my immunity. I'm shortening my life. They literally think that you're shortening your lifespan. And we'll get into that in another conversation, but later on in this chapter. But I just think it's really, really deep how they associate your immunity along with your ejaculation. Now, the real test also will become to work on this with your mate, right? Because eventually, like, I'm not saying this stuff and coming to y'all with this just to talk about everything that's here on the surface and not to be able to use it. The whole reason that I'm bringing this stuff up is so that we can utilize it. So the concept of, okay, I can work on this with my mate and we can work towards becoming more energetically connected, physically connected, emotionally connected, and therefore have a more prosperous sexual life and lifestyle between me and my mate, whether it's man or woman, is where we ultimately want to be, right? We don't want to just learn stuff and then stuff it down and go on about our business. We want to learn it so we can utilize it. And if you aren't being intimate right now, it's about tucking it underneath your belt and keeping it for your knowledge so that you can use it when you are at the place where you're being intimate, right? Okay, so the male belongs to Yang. Yang's energy is such that the male is easily aroused, but also quick to retreat. The female belongs to Yin. Yin's nature is such that the female is slow to be aroused and also slow to be satiated. Now, I don't know if y'all have experienced full body orgasm, but when you and I once saw this thing on social media. I think it was on Facebook. I was dying laughing. The sister was on there and she was having a discussion in the back of a cab about her sexual experience. What in the world are you doing? Sorry, y'all. Her sexual experience with her mate. And she was like, half an hour later, after the time is done, I still be over there convulsing. I still be going through stuff like, dude, you were tore my up. You know what I mean? Like, she's still going through it. And he done went on about his business and went to work. The same way that it takes us to climb to that peak, if you are doing the things necessary to climb the peak the way that we should, that we're going to be covering during this month. And you're climbing that mountain. When you get there, you don't just quickly drop down. You stay there for a while. 20, 30 minutes afterwards, you still basking in the essence of, damn, that was some good ass whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about this sexuality and we're dealing with all of these, sacred sexuality aspects of Taoism and things like that, I just think that we should also be keeping in mind that the quicker we get up that mountain, up that peak, the harder the fall is. The slower it takes for us to get up the mountain, the longer we're able to stay at that place and almost like plateau for a little bit before we come down on the other side. I'm turning some music back on. I'm sorry. Want to feel what, boo? Full body orgasm, ejaculation. It's very possible. You know what? I was gonna wait to get into this, but I'm gonna jump into it now. So, in the chapter of the Tao of Yin and Yang, it's a chapter called Foreplay, the Four Attainments, the Five Signs, the Five Desires, the 10 Indications, and the Five Virtues. This thing is a whole study of sexuality, and I actually hopefully by the time we get done going through this, Chantel, at the end of this month, you will be. Hopefully everything that we discuss here, and if you aren't able to be here on the live every time to be able to go back and watch it later on as a playthrough, hopefully as we go through these different layers and we're climbing this mountain of sacred sexuality and learning our bodies in depth and understanding what we like and what we don't like, you'll get to that point. Before I jump into this next thing really quick though, how many of us really even know what we like? If your mate was to come to you right now and be like, so how you like it? Are you able to give them a list? Or are you still trying to figure it out yourself? Because I think that it's really important for us to be fully understanding what we like and what we don't like. Like I can tell you right now, not to go back to anal, but to go back to anal. If you go anywhere near my butthole, I'm automatically shutting down. It ain't happening. It ain't happening, Captain. So if you trying to get back there, you automatically gonna lose me. I'm gonna be my mind, because in a large portion of this and being able to ejaculate and get into a full body orgasm is that your mind is able to climb every stage or layer of sex with you, right? That you're present in the moment. So before we were talking about being present in the moment, I'm very present in the moment. If you get back there and you start doing anything, we got a problem, Houston. I'm so present in the moment back there. I can't be up here. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Nothing in me is feeling any kind of indications. So like, how many of us know that kind of thing about ourselves? If we were to be asked right now, okay, list everything for me that you are into. How many of us would be able to do that? Oh, baby, I could tell you. I like these positions the best. I like it around this time of day because it's something about his energy and my energy. It just be flowing. I like it. I don't like you to do these things to me. I like these scents, but I hate these scents in the bedroom. Like I can give you a full detailed list. And when we start talking about being able to climb the ladder of orgasm and things like that, I think that those things are also important too, to know ourselves. Hey, you know what would be so damn dope, y'all? Hey, I think I'm going to create. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I got to take a note real quick. I'm going to create a sexual journal. I'm gonna create a sexual journal, understanding ourselves in sex journal. It's only going to be for the red tent though, okay? So people who are in the red tent, and if you're watching this later on, you can email me later and ask me for a copy of it. I will forward this copy out though. It'll be in PDF form. If you want to print it, I will make it so that it's printable version on the website, okay? For purchase. But through PDF, I'll send the PDF file to you guys and y'all can print it. But if you want me to print it and get it as an actual journal and bound book, you'll be able to go purchase it later on. But for right now, I'm going to create this journal because I think that it would be decent for us to sit down and notice how much about us we really don't know about ourselves. Like, do I like it like this? Don't I like it like that? Do I like this position? Don't I like this position? It's so many different ways and angles and things that we can do to make it. And I know for me, being a plus size woman, right? Let's just be real. I get so many women say to me, so like, how are you okay with riding? Like, how are you? Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Don't tell nobody, all right? If your girl get on top, I'm not gonna last real long because I'm horrible. This is a real moment. I'm horrible at being able to be on top and hold it in. It's like every 3 pumps, I'm gonna bust. I'm being real with y'all, but I'm gonna bust because I'm feeling all of the energy coursing through my body. It's like coming up, out, coming up and out. And it's coming up and out, child. So being able to be in a position, like if I know that I want to not, okay, and let's also talk about this. Well, no, let me finish this stuff first. If I know that I want to be able to be like 100% open and last real long and just be able to like get all smothered in goodness during this session, I need to be sure that I know right stuff. I need to be sure that I'm not riding or I'm not fully focused on, like I be telling you all to be here and present in the moment. I'm telling you that because being here and present in the moment is what's going to help you get to the place of climax. You ain't going to be able to get to the place of climax if you're thinking about the dog outside, the man down the street, what your kids was doing last night, how the such and such is dirty. None of that even makes. It takes a lot of energy to be on top. It's a workout. It is a workout. But what I was about to say is, as plus size women, and I think maybe we will get into this during the twerk party that we have on the 10th, I will teach you guys some tricks that I use to be able to stay on top and be able to stay up there. They don't like, and I was talking about this last time, they don't like that rocking motion. I can't remember what live that was, but through talking to men in my life, right? Whether it's like cousins, brothers, or significant other, they don't like this. They like this, which is why they try to make you go up and down when you're on top. So I know for me as a plus size woman, I always get the question, well, and you're not like self-conscious of him seeing like, baby, I said this before, if you got with me, you clearly saw that I got you, sis. She said it's a lot. It's just straight up a lot. I ain't plus size, but damn it, it's a lot of work. It is. It is a lot of work, but it be, child, it changed your life. I'm trying to have told you. So, they don't care about what, Marsha? Yes, they do, child. She said these men don't care. Don't care about what? Oh, Lord, peace. Peace, King. What you say you don't care about, Marsha? Oh, see, we got a brother in the community. He coming to say we definitely care. They don't care about what? Would you say that they don't care about the motion? They don't like this. They like this, child. That Oh, no, they don't care about. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do care about how we look. Shoot, Fobs is here in the room. Fobs, do y'all care about how we look naked? She said, boom. Stephanie said, boom. King came right up in the room. He was straight quiet watching. Fobs, You the brother in the room. Please don't rock. Bounce. He is crazy with all these explanation points. All right, so listen, I have a question for you, Fobs, from the brother standpoint. Do brothers care what the sister look like? Now I'm going to say yes, but this is probably because I'm a girly girl, baby. I care. I care. For me, so when I'm with a person, for me, the visual is half of the damn battle, honestly. If I come to bed like I don't give a damn in whatever, I feel as a woman had the same effect on my partner. So the sister said that brothers don't care how we look naked. And I was asking, um, Malvina, you said only a superficial person cares. That is really hard for me to believe that you said that as a Taurus woman. They are enjoying emotion. I believe that. But I believe that what you look like matters. I don't want to just I don't feel comfortable. I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't feel comfortable coming into she said later on, hell no. But I'm gonna also be real with y'all though. Part of what keeps the spice in your relationship is being able to maintain the same level of care throughout your relationship when you're being intimate with somebody as you have in the beginning. If you come and you looking like $1,000,000 every time you lay down for the first 3 years, and then afterwards you be like, he don't really care. I've been with this man for a long time. I don't feel like going through all that work. I'm just going to go to bed however tonight. It changes the energy because he fell in love with, this is my concept, and Fobs can obviously say what he needs to say here as a man, but baby, don't no man care about that gut, child. Now I'm gonna be real with that. They don't care about that gut. Your girl got a gut. I done birthed a whole baby and had a whole bunch of other issues. Your girl got a gut. Listen, it's going on and popping like popcorn. If no bonnets, exactly. But like, I feel like I should be a work of art. If I'm with a person, I want to present myself the same way the first year we've been together to the 15th year we've been together. I don't want to be with you for 3-4 years and be like, oh, I've been with this already for 3 years. He don't really care. He can get the bonnet treatment tonight. Like, nah, think about how they feel. And then I think a lot of sisters, and I'm gonna be real here and I might step on toes, but a lot of sisters start being like, well, like, why my guy don't show me the same energy? Why I don't get the same kind of attraction, why he don't be attracted to me the same way, why is he cheating on me? You know what I mean? So Malvina said they do like it clean though, gotta keep the fire all the time. But I'm talking about during the act. Men love spontaneity. If I come home on a random Tuesday and my lady meets me at the door, I'm coming I'm coming home fast every Tuesday, not thinking what will happen. Men want to be wanted too. Absolutely. Not all the time. You got to be glammed up during sex, but you got to balance it out. Absolutely. I feel the same way. And then there's going to be times that maybe y'all roll over in the middle of the night and you ain't looking like $1,000,000 because you ain't just come out the bathroom looking like $1,000,000. Like, you rolled over and you got stuck. You know what I mean? Like, it might be times like that, so you don't get a chance. But I'm just saying, like, I think that as women, we got to be mindful that the way that we go into our relationship, we should keep that same kind of energy throughout. Because if we don't, like, I know that I'm liking my guy to be a certain way. So if I'm used to you being a certain kind of way and you come to me looking a certain way, like, yeah, we all got our days where we just don't feel like all of that. And I get that. But be the same, be consistent is what I'm saying throughout. And yeah, switch it up sometime. If he used to you him coming home and you in a t-shirt or whatever, one day have your shit on. Have your shit on. Have your heels on. Have your frilly shit on. Whatever your thing is. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you feel real seductive and yummy. Like, have all of that on. Not all the time together, but most of the time together. I need to see that same energy too. I agree. I'm not saying that he should be able to come looking bummed out, but I am I think that I know that I'm a girly girl. Like I'm a girly girl. I like heels. I like bags. I like jewelry. I like all of that stuff. I'm into all of that. So your girl got a drawer full of shit that I can be whatever personality I want to be on that day. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's fun. I mean, I enjoy it as much as I want them to be able to enjoy. You don't want to remind them of their auntie or grandma. Take the buying a headscarf or work and stuff. But I mean, stuff is a Leo. You know what I'm saying? So she can vibe with me on this part. She gonna be like, "Oh yes, baby, lashes, hair done, this, that." She gonna be on it. Definitely a two-way street. She said, "Keep the wig on, girl. That wig gonna come off. That wig is gonna be on the side of their bed. Ain't nobody gonna be thinking about no wig at the end of this thing, okay?" And I mean, that would be even more hilarious. Like, my thought is, if I got to be worried about whether my wig is about to come off, I can't be fully free the way I want to. It's not getting ready to happen the same kind of way that I would want it to. If I got to be worried about whether my wig gonna come off, or what my wig might look like. Is it hanging off the side looking right? Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh Lord. She said that's why women wear bonnets. I don't care about the bonnet. I'm trying to knock it off. Hey, oh, Lord, y'all's man funny. So there's 10 indications. I want to say it's 10 indications that I can be 3 different women. Change this wig up, and I'm Keisha today, Chantel tomorrow, Jasmine Friday. Period. Pooh. Period. Pooh. Word. Everybody be coming out. Chantel, what's your sign? What's your sign, sis? It's okay, King. Welcome. You came right in time. You a Cancer? Oh, so is King. Um, July 20th. Day before my daddy. Um, so all right. Well, I'm not gonna I was getting ready to say something, but I think I'm gonna wait to Chantel. I'm gonna email you, sis, tonight. Um Bobby pins and stable. Oh word. I didn't even see that comment come through until King said he got her dying. She got him dying. Bobby pins and the stable. Yo, I'm over here dead. I'm over here dead. If we was texting right now, would be all tombstone signs and all kind of crazy stuff. So real quick though, these 10 indications. So Ken, you actually missed it because we was talking about how men, when they're able to hold their ejaculation, are able to extend their life force, and how retaining your semen allows you to also build up your immune system as a man. Um, which I think is a really interesting concept. And I was saying to the women, like, I wonder if the people, if more of the people who got sick during this COVID-19 time were men or women, right? And thinking about how Taoism talks about it, like they talk about sex very freely and everything that goes along with it. So being able to understand the energy that's dealing with a guy holding his semen opposed to ejaculating and releasing it is also going to shift the energy between his immunity and being able to fight off disease. And I was like, I wonder if during this COVID-19 thing and all of that, if that theory has been tested, dealing with brothers holding it or releasing it. So they get ready to get into some. Damn, how am I getting ready to do this? I don't want to have to read every damn page. The men must have started holding a semen. Oh Lord. They must have started holding it when it came time. So I'm trying to find. Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, technically, your ejaculation is holding literally your life force. It's your, what the men, you know, in the hood, they be like, you know, my seeds. So if I'm releasing it every time, eventually I'm going to kind of I'm going to be releasing everything that I have to be able to hold my life force in. All right, so we're going to talk about the 10 indications. I'm going to try to read this quickly, but I think it's really interesting. No. The four attainments. The four attainments refer to the four fundamental conditions that the male organ must attain during foreplay before it is qualified to enter the jade gate for intercourse. They consider the woman's opening the jade gate. People were having sex during this pandemic. A lot of women have been taking a lot of trips lately. So they consider the woman's vagina opening the jade gate. A male who desires intercourse must first pass through four stages of attainment: elongation, swelling, hardness, and heat. So throughout this book, they have a dialogue back and forth between the mysterious girl and the yellow emperor, and it's kind of like student and teacher dialogue going back and forth, understanding these different tips about sex. Okay, so the yellow emperor says, what does these attainments mean? The mysterious girl says, if the stalk does not attain sufficient elongation, the man's vital energy is too depleted for the act. If he attains elongation but little swelling, this means that his masculine energy is insufficient for the task. If he achieves swelling but no hardness, it means that his joints and tendons are too weak for the act. And if the organ gets hard but not hot, then his spirit is insufficient for the act. In order to prepare properly for sexual intercourse, you must first harmonize your muscles and bones with your energy and your spirit, which is the three treasures. You must also exercise self-discipline, follow the basic principles of Taoism, and never waste your semen carelessly. Ooh. And further guidelines, J Gate, word. In further guideline to male arousal, the mysterious girl informs us that the feet and the toes can influence male sexual potency. In other words, vigorous massage of a man's feet and toes will assist him in attaining the four conditions of erection by stimulating energy to travel to the associated organs through the meridian network. The liver, which controls and releases the extra supplies of blood required to engorge the penis, is directly stimulated by foot massage. Therefore, regular stretching, massaging, flexing, and acupressure of the feet and toes, when adopted as a daily exercise, can help promote and maintain overall sexual male vitality. So, y'all, if your dude is having a hard time staying hard or getting hard, right? And I know half the system, y'all probably gonna come for me with this and be like, oh, ain't nobody about to be robbing this man feet and all of that. Like, you be trying to do too much. I'm sorry, I am into all of that. But if your guy, in all seriousness, if your guy is having a hard time getting to the point where he can last long enough for you to be able to reach orgasm, I would suggest massaging the feet. I know from doing reflexology that the bottom of the feet, there is a whole map. As a matter of fact, there's in here, because I was getting ready to go get my chart for y'all. Like, this is about to be some old damn sex school. It ain't supposed to be all of that. But there is a whole map of the body on the bottom of the feet. So, massaging the feet, pull his toes, get in between them toes, do all of that. Is he gonna be knocked the hell out? Yes, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna go to sleep. He's gonna relax and he's gonna go to sleep. But it's also a way to, why can't I find this page? It's also a way to increase the energy flow to the penis. Don't do it long enough that he's gonna fall asleep. Say it, say it, say it. Say it, Malvina. Most High, take the wheel. We gotta release massage for free and up and away. Word. I already do shit like that. I don't know, that can actually help. That's good to know. So I have been in a situation where I have massage feet prior to intercourse. Baby, everything in this damn book, I done tried it. Trust me. And I'm trying to find the picture of the book because I don't want to have to pick my whole foot up and put it on this damn screen right now. Say it, Malvina. Say it, girl. This is supposed to be a free and open space. Say it. Like, say what's on your mind so that it might be somebody else in the circle who got the same thought as you. Damn, where is this picture? There's a point on his ankle. So I know for sure that massaging his ankle and his heel is going to stimulate the prostate gland. Okay. So if you go in on his heel and you massage with firm pressure to his heel and to his ankles, someone don't like feet. Probably not, but I don't care about them. I don't mind feet. But if you massage the ankle and the heel, you want to stimulate prostate gland. I do know that for sure through reflexology. I can't find a picture. I'm going to bring that on next time I come on here. All right, so back to the Jade Empress and the mysterious girl and the Yellow Emperor and all of this. The 5 signs. The Yellow Emperor asks, how do I know when a woman feels the joys of sex? By the 5 signs, the 5 desires, and the 10 indications. By observing these changes, you will know exactly how she feels and the appropriate action to take. The first sign is when her face reddens. Now, obviously, we all in here are Asiatic people of color, so it might not be so easy to see me blush. But for a lighter skin tone person, I guess you can see the blush coming on face. That means the man should play his organ. Ooh. That means the man should play his organ gently over and around her mound of Venus. Damn, I gotta cover all of that too. The mound of Venus. Do y'all know what the mound of Venus is? Anyway, let me just keep going. No, don't overthink this, Gemini. The second sign is when her nipples harden and beads of sweat appear over her nose. This signals that she is ready for the man to insert the jade stem slowly into the jade gate. The third sign is parched throat, dry lips, and difficulty swallowing. Ooh, child. This is getting really graphic in here, which indicates that the man should begin agitating more vigorously inside. Ooh, child. Agitating more vigorously? Child, bye. The fourth sign occurs when the jade gate grows wet and slippery with lubrication. And this means that the man should not thrust fully to the hilt and move about deeply inside the celestial palace. The fifth and final signal is thick viscous fluid dripping down the inside of the woman's thighs. This means she has experienced her high tide, and it is time for the man to stop thrusting and to slowly withdraw. By paying attention to these and other responses in his partner, a man knows the right move to take at the right time. Word. They got jade gates and stems and palaces and all kind of shit in this book. So the five desires reflected the degree to which a woman desires and enjoys sexual intercourse. The first desire is called intent. The intent towards sexual intercourse occurs during initial foreplay and is reflected by short, shallow breathing and a rapid pulse. The second desire is called awareness, and this means that she wishes for the man to touch and stimulate her genitals. It is indicated by flare of nostrils and parted lips. The third desire occurs when the woman's yin fluids are brimming over and she approaches her peak of passion. At this point, her body entirely shakes and shimmies with excitement, and she clutches the man closely. The fourth desire comes at orgasm and is called concentration. She breaks into a warm sweat that dampens the sheets. The fifth desire occurs only if she achieves a state of extreme passion and pleasure beyond the normal orgasm, in which case her body straightens out and grows rigid. Her eyes close and she clasps her thighs tightly together around the man, as if trying to draw him in deeper. She appears as though her spirit were floating on clouds and wind. Child, I'm going to stop right here. Clutch pearls. The Clericopolis, oh my. Word, child. The girl, child. So, in all seriousness, though, they're going through like they're having a conversation talking about the places that the body has to be stimulated. I know for a lot of people, they skip over foreplay. I believe that foreplay is very important. If you are not doing some kind of stimulation to me, like I feel very rushed. I feel like I'm not going to get to the place of orgasm the same way I would. And you're not going to enjoy me the same way that I would as if you're taking your time. Like for women, it takes us, and I'm sure all of y'all know this, it takes us longer to get to there, to a place of stimulation to be so strong and so passionate. Have y'all ever been in a situation where it's like this person done stimulated you to the point where it's like, please just hurry up and get inside me. Girl, you need foreplay at every time in your life. Don't never allow yourself to not have foreplay. If you desire to get to a place of full body orgasm, you have to go through foreplay. It's a must. Now, do you eventually get to the point where you can probably reach a place of orgasm? Yes. Even without it, yeah. But it's needed to coat the inside, and for us to be as women too, another level of desirability of our yonis is reached when we are going through foreplay. It allows us to become moist and wet to the point where it's way more enjoyable for us and for our partner. But in these situations, like I'm speaking specifically about us as women, like I think a lot of times we get with men who rush the process of intimacy, and it's really needed in order for us to go through all of these different signs and symbols. I mean, they're talking about the nipples growing hard and beads of sweat appearing on her nose, and difficulty swallowing, and the mouth and the lips becoming dry. And I mean, this isn't even getting into the 10 indications that her body goes through as she's climbing that level of and that peak of orgasm. and I'm not even going to get into all of that because I think it's a lot for us to cover all in one night. But I just, in this, while we're talking about the 5 signs and the 5 desires, and I'm going to come back to this, 12 play is important. It really is. While we're talking about all of these different aspects of, or lack thereof, intimacy. Yeah, I understand. Not all of us are, not all of us are currently being active. And but if you are a woman who self pleasures, I mean, you know, if you're a woman who is okay with self pleasuring, I would be paying attention to all of that. Goes back to what we were talking about earlier, being able to know what my body likes. If my partner was to ask me right now, what do you like and what don't you like? I'm gonna be able to tell you because I know my body enough to be able to tell you what I do and I don't like. Like I was talking about the anal and stuff like that earlier, like joking around, but in all seriousness, we got to know what we like and what we don't like. So if we are paying attention to all of those different things, and if we are in a place where we're self-pleasuring because maybe we aren't with a person, a mate, then it allows us to take note so that when we are getting to a place of intimacy, we will already know. If she ain't wet, you ain't get that word. But even before him entering us, like, I should be dripping before you even get to me. Like before you even insert yourself into me. I'm good with all that. Please me so I can speak it to my future mate. Word. But Stephanie is hilarious. I miss Steph. I miss those conversations, child. We used to have be cutting up. She said, "You shall not and will not enter." Period. Pooh. Period. Period. Like just being able to be real, right? And be able to be honest. Um and I'm gonna be real with y'all. At this stage in my life, I ain't, not that I ever really was into it, but I'm really not into that quickie shit. I'm not into that. I need a full out session. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me getting old or whatever, but I don't like that quickie shit. I'm cool with every once in a while, like for spontaneity, like, we go over here, we do it real quick. Ooh, somebody might catch us. But for the most part, baby, don't be trying to rush me. Where the fuck is the race? Excuse my French, you too. But where's the race? What are we galloping towards? Other than me galloping on you, what are we running towards? Nothing. Slow the hell down. Like, slow down. Don't be doing all of this and like, baby, just ooh, ooh, child. I'm gonna show your comment. Um, Chantel, that's a good question. Um, if yeah, we talking. Um, if I'm at a place where I would like to be, it would be multiple times a week. But it's not always at that same level. I'm trying to find the nicest, most prettiest way for me to say this, knowing that other people are gonna come on here and watch this video later. Um, multiple times a week. Sometimes Malvina with these damn emojis. Um, sex builds up your immune system. It was talking about for men, I believe. But multiple times a week to answer your question, Chantel. Normally. There's times where I'm not being sexually active for weeks. because it's just not, the energy and the times aren't meeting up to be in a place where we able to, you know, be together like that. I'm doing my business, you doing like whatever you're doing. We are at a place where we can meet up at the frequency where um we would like it to be. But what was your reason for asking? Let's get down to the point. Chantel, was you wondering just because? What's my shit? Chantel just left her sister on red over here. Like, I'm trying to figure out what was the next part. Oh, I agree, and I get that 100% because I'm the same way. Sometimes me and my husband will go weeks without having sex. Then we will be having sex almost every damn day. I think there's definitely a flow of energy. If I'm gonna be real with you though, I'm gonna be 100% real. I got you, sis. I understand that you was right. And plus, there's a big delay between what I can see and what y'all can see. So it was probably on y'all side posted way before it was on my side. But let me say this. If it was up to me, it would be all the time, 24/7. I am a very sexual person. And I used to be ashamed of that before. Now I'm in a place in my life where I'm 100% comfortable in my skin to know that if my guy can keep up with me, I'm like all the time, whenever, wherever, I'm good. I can be sad, I'm ready. I can be mad, I'm ready. I could be happy, I'm ready. I don't never have a time where I'm not ready. I'm gonna be real with you. But a lot of times, um, I am. But I also desire to inspire other people who are not the same way about their bodies and whatever they might have some insecurities about to get to the point where you love everything about you. Cause goddamn it, it's a gift. It is a gift for your eyes to behold my rolls. Okay, you best believe that. Every stretch mark, word, every stretch mark on me, every roll, and I was not always like that though, Chantel. I told you, coming from a place of dealing with body shaming or feeling some type of way, because I have always been a plus size woman. I have never been small. I was not always this size, but I also was never skinny. So when I was younger, I was very I don't want to say insecure about my body because I wasn't insecure about my body, but I was very like mindful of what other people thought or saw or might have thought about me. You know what I mean? I was aware of what other people were thinking about me. I don't think that I got to this place of comfortability inside of my body until I got into my 30s or maybe even maybe like late 20s going into 30s. But there was also, I told you guys, there was also a period of time for about 10 years where I was not being intimate at all. So on the other side of that, because I was with a man that I told you that was incarcerated. So by me being faithful in that relationship, it made my sex life come down to zero for all of that time that I was with him because I was faithful in that relationship. If I'm with my guy, I'm with him. I'm faithful with you. So I didn't never waver in that, and I wasn't one of those women who dipped and dabbed around. Um, but with that being said, on the other side of at this state that I'm in my life, this has come through me pouring into myself and loving on me regardless of what I thought other people might be thinking about my body. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of what we do in life is dictated what other people might think, how they look at us, how they feel about us, what they, you know, word story time, what they might think we are. Like, we're worried about what they think about us, not so much what we think about ourselves a lot of times. And through going through that time of molestation, I had that, like, oh my God, you know, people are looking at me, or, you know, you feel insecure because those kind of situations make you have a level of uncomfortability within yourself. You know, you question, like, was it something that I did, or, you know, like, why was he coming on to me like that? I was a little girl, I was innocent, I was this, I was that, you know, like, all of those things are in the forefront of your mind. So um I am secure within myself. But that's because I got to a point where I was like, you know what? You're not going to be able to make me feel any less than of a person. Like, I don't hate who I am. So why am I allowing you to make me feel like I should hate who I am? I was always mindful of my body. But as of 1 year ago, I'm like, nah, sis, y'all going to get this 41-year-old word. You are literally a mirror of myself. Wow, this is scary. Literally everything. I just started getting comfortable with my body and myself in my 30s. I met my husband while he was in a halfway house. I mean, I'm excited for you. So I can definitely relate to you with the journey of being with the man who was in prison and incarcerated. I was in that relationship with that person for over 10 years. I was only married to him for 10. And we were Islamically married. Okay. We didn't go through any legal, you know, marriage, but I was with him. So, and he's still incarcerated, which is why we aren't together. Um, which is also very sad, because I mean, he's a very, very near and dear close friend of mine. Like, we started out as very much best friends before we got into a relationship. So it is what it is. That's where we are now. But yes, I have grown to this place in my 30s. I have grown to my level of comfortability. And there's also a certain, and then also too, let me say this. I think that I think that once I got on that other side of the relationship, because so for all of those years I wasn't kicking it like that, right? And then when I got on this side of the hurdle, where I am now, it's like, oh, my body can do that. I started to dive into that bed, but when I figured out that I could have full body orgasms, and I could be a big girl and fully love my body and you know, everything about me, when I realized that I could actually do that, right? That I didn't have to be like hiding and ashamed. And I mean, I'm Muslim, so I don't go uncovered in public and things like that. But at the same time, I've never, even when I was younger, I've never been a woman that showed everything. Now, that don't mean, no, baby, I ain't got some shit, because I do, but I just don't wear it outside for people outside to see it. I wear it in the house for my mate to see it. So I don't know. I just think that everything, the more we advance, the more we learn about ourselves, the more is uncovered, and the more we can dive into being exactly who we are, you know, and learning ourselves to the point where we can dive into these different aspects dealing with sex, to be able to be comfortable to the point where we do and are able to climax. Was it you, Chantel, who had spoken? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm sorry, but we already here, so I might as well bring it up. Was it you who was saying before in another live, I think it was a live where it was me, you, and Shayla was on with us that night. We were discussing, and I think you were saying like you had never been able to get to a place where you were able to climax, like, you know, get to a place of full body orgasm. I just, if that is the case, I think I just want to know, like, is it I don't want to put your business out there. Like, I don't want you to have to, if you're uncomfortable in this conversation, right, just go on and be like, well, I don't really want to talk about this on the live. And then, like, later on, we can talk about it or whatever, if you are open to it with talking about it with me. But if you don't mind sharing, I'm always curious to see those women who have not experienced it. What is it that they think is the focal point? Is it that your mind is wandering during the act? Is it that you can't be fully comfortable in the moment, so it kind of prevents you from getting to that place where you're comfortable to be open? Is it him? Is he ending, like I'm curious, because whatever it is, that's what we need to be focusing on. You know what I mean? Like, we got to tailor this to be about you. Ultimately, this is about, and so obviously when I come on these lives throughout this whole entire month when we're talking about sacred sexuality, I'm going to be touching on a whole bunch of different things. But then if y'all wanted to contact me outside of here, I can give y'all my personal suggestions about whatever it is that may be going on, that if you wanted to share. But I'm just always curious, for those who have never experienced that, like, what do you think what do you think it stems from? Maybe it's that he's ending before you're reaching all of those different levels of indications. Your body isn't going through all the necessary. And like next live, I'm going to talk about the 10 indications, because there's 10 things that your body does during sex that gets to the point before ejaculation. And I think those are very interesting. And when I'm in the moment, obviously I'm not sitting here like, what was that page 67 said? I should be doing this right now. The air side of me is very tempted to try to recall exactly what page 67 of this crazy book was saying, that got to the place where I figured out, oh, okay, now I can ejaculate. But the side of me that's enjoying the moment, and the time that I am, is not seeing her recalling exactly what page 67 said. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious though. Has everybody here ever experienced like climax? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, because I don't want to be talking about stuff that, everybody has already kind of been through, went over, got, I don't want to be talking about stuff that y'all already got. Are y'all alive in here? Talking to myself in this bad boy? So, Stephanie, in your experience, do you think that it is a combination of you being at the place where you can climax, the thoughts that you're having at the time, and him doing all the right things that get you there? Or do you think there's like one specific thing that allows you to I can't see your comments, boo. The last thing that I see that you said, Chantel, is you are literally a mirror of myself. Wow, this is scary. Literally everything. I just started getting comfortable with my body and myself in my 30s. I met my husband while he was in the halfway house. That's the last thing I could see that you typed. Malvina said, I have had that before, but as of late, not so much. Oh man, I can't see your comments. Maybe you didn't push enter. Damn, I'm mad. That's why I also like blue jeans. So some of these that we're going to be having are going to be on blue jeans, because on blue jeans y'all can actually talk. Like, it's not y'all having to type and me having to wait for y'all stuff to come through. It's where y'all can only unmute yourselves and talk. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a dialogue back and forth. So that's why I also like that platform. And the next time I think we're going to do that, I can see my chats and my comments in the chat though. Damn. I have been celibate now since last February, and before that, it was like 2 years before real intimacy. When you start having these conversations, it starts to help you, really realize exactly how long it's been. you just be like, wow, I went that long, or I didn't do this that long, or I put up with such and such. Like, it's not until you start to get into conversations about this stuff or whatever, that it really draws light to understand, like, oh, shoot, it's been a minute. So can you copy and paste your comment and then redo it? I know, but I'm like, usually when they want to block a comment, they block it on my side. I mean, they allow me to block it on my side and not them. I don't know. All I can see is that she said, and I went in climax. Fives with the eyes, though. This shit is mad funny. Oh, Lord. Which part you side-eyeing it, King? This man funny. Chantel, I'm so upset I can't see what you were saying. So, Steph, you said you think it's the thoughts connected to the feeling. Oh, no. Oh, Lord, I really want to know what you said. I think that, what do you think the physical, so like, do you think that the physical attraction for a woman is the same, takes up the same amount as the mind and the emotions and intimacy, like her physical attraction to the person? Or do you think that the mind and the emotions, I'm asking everybody this, it must have been nasty, because they allow it to come up, and they'll just block it or hide it, allow me to block it or hide it on my side if I don't want to say it. Steph, do you think that the physical aspects are just as important for women? For some reason, I feel like what you're doing to me is like 25% of it. I think that, and this is probably because I'm an air sign, so I'm always in my damn head. I think that my mind and my emotions have to be in that place. It's the mind, emotions. Right. I do too. I think the same thing. Yeah, I think that the physicality is only a very small portion. It's the whole combo: the touch, the feeling, the rise of thoughts, and the, and the reaching of the comics. Stephanie is hilarious. Stuff, I really miss you, yo. I miss those late night conversations, child. Of some old craziness. Cutting all the way up. I miss it. I have to go to Maryland soon. Dang, and I don't know if Chantel is writing a whole book or what, but like, it's not allowing us to see nothing she's saying. Word. Talking some old crazy ish. I was trying to see if you don't get your ass. But then the physical just takes it up. I think that I think that emotions is the first gate. The thoughts is the second. Oh no, maybe not. I think that they like running neck and neck. Thoughts is like the first gate, because I'm an air sign. I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm not physically stimulated by somebody, you could do whatever you want to do physically. You're not going to get me there. So shut up, Stephanie. So 90% of your battle is going to be mentally, exactly. Here go the cat. Mentally, 90% of the battle is going to be you mentally making love to me, right? And then comes the physicality of us now, me being mentally stimulated, emotionally stimulated, and physically stimulated. But you got to be all the way doing my head. um, um, oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing nothing. Yeah, mental stimulation is big. And it's really interesting to hear because I thought it was just me being an air sign. Um, physical is important. Mental and emotions follow for Marsha. But then you got Malvina, who was saying emotions and mind, and then physical connects. And I think that I very much am the same way as Malvina. Emotions and mind, and then physicality. Because if you don't have me at that place already in that, and you just ain't getting there. I'm totally shut down. It's a no-go. So you can do whatever you want to me. I'm not going there with you, you know? Um, but I love y'all. So do y'all think that we should cover positions in some of these lives? I know how much every time we get to talk about riding, here come Marsha like, girl, I ain't got time for all that work. That's too much damn work. I know she gonna go there with that, but like, you know, I'm an air sign. I like shit to be. I like all kinds of stuff. If I could do a handstand on some old crazy shit and not break my neck, I probably would try it. I'm down for. I'm down for trying. Absolutely. Well, and if I had enough time where Rakaya ain't around and all of that, and she ain't gonna be trying to eavesdrop and shit, I would definitely be like, today I am Dr. Whoever, and I got a stethoscope, and the next day I'm gonna be somebody else. Okay, cool. So we're gonna jump into Kama Sutra. Because in this book, it talks about this book covers everything. But this book talks about positions and even the study that and so when you get into Kama Sutra, you start getting into the study of the length of the Yoni in comparison to the length of his jade stem. And then the length of and the thickness of his jade stem in comparison to her opening, and being able, like, there's a whole science of making sure we're getting with the person who can satisfy us before we even get there. Now obviously you're not walking around with a stethoscope saying, let me see it, pull it out before you even, like, you know what I mean? So you kind of end up getting to the place of getting ready to be intimate before you find out whether he's going to make you satisfied. But I have heard a lot of women tell me, I personally have not had this experience, thank you Lord, but I have heard a lot of women make reference to, it doesn't, like, they've been with smaller guys and it didn't really matter because of the angle. And so all of that will be obviously covered in Kama Sutra, because the angle and the mound of him and your opening and all these other different things just kind of combine to make the perfect situation. Obviously in that conversation, I was assuming that everyone is with the male opposite sex, but that might not be the situation for all the ladies. So I don't want to assume during this, and please forgive me if I say male, because I mean that's what my thing is. But I understand that people are with a whole lot of different stuff. It's pouring out here in New York. Is it raining in Philly? Absolutely. It's pouring down. It has been pouring, and we are underneath a tornado watch right now. Malvina, though, the judge in the defense, though, the judge in the defense, is you gonna beat him? Which one are you? The judge? I'm guessing Taurus. She said the judge in the defense. Oh my lord, y'all are hilarious. I can only imagine what this twerk party that we gonna have on the 10th is gonna be like. I'm here for it. Okay, I'm here for all the shits. I'm just letting y'all know it's gonna be crazy because I'm gonna do it on blue jeans so that we can hear each other. It's not just y'all having to type. Ain't nobody got time to be trying to twerk and type. You know what I'm saying? The twerk and type party, that's not gonna be no fun. Um, but the judge and the defense, please tell me, are you the judge or the defendant? Oh my god, y'all are hilarious. I love y'all, but we will cover hmm. So maybe on Friday when we have our new moon meeting, I will bring some stuff dealing with positions and things like that because I want to sprinkle sacred sexuality throughout this whole month. I want to be the captain on the ship. Let's ride the waves. I cannot. Y'all is just crazy. I got a whole damn room full of freakies. Y'all all freaky. All freaky deaky. I can't leave you alone. All right, so Marsha be sitting there watching us type like all of this damn room is crazy as hell. I need to be the one here bringing some balance. Malvina, she said the judge, I object, overruled. Oh my god. This child is crazy. Y'all know who ain't been in here in a long time? I have not seen Ciroc in a long time. I'm gonna have to email her to make sure she's okay. Her name was Ciroc Black. She used to come on the Tuesday Rise and Grind to say a whole bunch of inappropriate stuff and have me dying. And she was like in Florida, and I want to hook up with her when I go there to see my brother because I think that it would be a ball. But Malvina is crazy because she straight up was like, "I object and is overruled." I'm the only one that's making the damn decisions in this. That is hilarious. Yes. I'm gonna close this energy out, y'all. I had fun with y'all tonight. Um, and everything that we discussed in this space. I love y'all sisters a lot. I love my tribe, my community. And Marsha, you asked was it raining? Not only is it raining, it's freezing. It's pretty chilly tonight. And maybe it's because I'm the only idiot that still got the air conditioner on. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna keep these two as separate. To the chambers. To the chambers. Word. I don't want to hear a damn thing you gotta say. Malvina is crazy. So she is hilarious. I was going to put that on the screen. Ooh, that flew out. Okay. Y'all are hilarious. To the chambers. There's so much crazy shit going through my mind right now. I'm trying not to say on this live. I'm trying to respect. She said, "Who wants violence?" Oh my gosh, she is hilarious. I'm with you, sis. Malvina, I'm with you. She's like, who wants balance? I think that Marsha is very much the balance for us in this group. I can feel her energy. Um, I can feel her energy always balancing things out. Like it does fly, so I'm getting ready to get off of here. I can feel her energy always like balancing us back out. Like, all right, come back down, come back down. Oh, it's warm there? Girl, it's chilly here. I don't even think I'm gonna put the air on tonight. I'm gonna actually turn it off. It's chilly here, and I'm surprised because New York got all that water next to it. This would be one of my favorite things about coming to New York. So, closing out the energy of tonight, right? Back to like seriousness. Y'all were a ball tonight and I had fun. But don't forget this Friday. Yes, it is the Capricorn in her. But you're Earth too, and I have Earth in me, and it just feels like we should be able to be more grounded, and neither one of us are trying to be. But okay, so this Friday, don't forget we have community Yoni steaming. If my cycle is going by then I will be doing a full out display. If not, it'll just be me showing you guys how to set everything up and then us diving into topic centers around it. For the new moon though, we will meet on Sunday from 7 to 9 again, and that will be the new moon plus the red tent meeting. So y'all know I usually do the red tent meeting for those who were there last month. For the first 30 to 45 minutes is the red tent, and then we dive into whatever topics afterwards. So that's how that's going to be. The 10th is going to be our twerk party. So I'm going to send invitations out to everybody for them to be able to come over to the hell is it called? Blue Jeans, to be able to come to the twerk party on the 10th. That's a Friday. And then the 17th will be the full moon stuff and weekend. And then the following week after that, which is the 24th, we're going to go into the sex trivia night where I'm going to do a bunch of giveaways and samples of Yoni steams and teas and breast butters and a whole bunch of other stuff. This month, the peaceful perioding steam, the peaceful perioding tea, the fibroid and cyst steam and teas will be the things that are on sale. At different times and increments throughout the month. So for those sisters who are who have really gruesome hard periods and are tired of dealing with them, or if you know any sisters who are suffering with period issues, peaceful period will work for them. And it's a pretty cheap steam in comparison to some of my other ones. It's only $23 on regular. So on sale, y'all know I usually do at least $35. I meant $35, 35% off sales for my steams when I run a sale. They will be between 30 and 35% throughout the month at different times throughout the month. I probably will do some packaging deals as well, like buy 2 steams, get 1 free, or get 1 half off, or maybe buy 1, get 1 half off, or something. I'll run specials throughout the month because I know that some of the sisters who order from me like to do it where they can order multiple steams at one time and kind of knock it out and get deals, opposed to buying everything like individually when they need it. So I'm just saying that for all of those sisters who are currently in the affiliate marketing program. Okay. But we got 5 cards closing out the energy for tonight. And the first card that popped out was wisdom. And then the second card that popped out was fortune. And they kind of both like popped out and went to the side. So I kept them. The owl is full of wisdom. And in the moon night, right? So you got the energy of the full moon there guiding and the owl watching. The owl is all eyes, like paying attention to everything that is happening around it and taking it all in. I think with wisdom comes the energy of being able to observe and not necessarily speak on what you see, right? I know in spirituality you end up doing that a lot. You end up watching and not so much speaking. Yeah. So I love you too, Mal. Fortune is kind of like that roll of the dice. You don't know which one you want to get. You don't know if you're going to get a whole wall of craziness, or you're going to get something smooth and sailing like the ocean, or you're going to get some sky. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, it's fortune coming forward. So I think both of those cards are interesting. But the 3 that actually popped out was trust, which we got last time. I think the last live. The star energy. The stars of Aquarius energy. Yeah, guidance star. Water bearer spirit. And then journey. And this is definitely a journey that we get ready to embark on. I feel like September is bringing a lot of, right, you see everything and speak on nothing. Absolutely. I think September is bringing a lot of energy of this new journey that we are embarking on. Knowing that we got to have our wisdom, we got to be using our wisdom as our compass, and as our navigation. Also, the energy of trusting my inner knowledge and my intuition to be the thing that's the guiding force for me, using that star energy, um constantly in a state where I'm looking up to the most high for my direction, or whatever form of creator or spirit you believe in. um Looking up to the most high as my direction, and knowing that through that I gotta trust the process, trust the journey, and know that I'm not going to be led astray. In all that we do, I think it's really important that we spend time fortifying our spirit guides, our the energy that's protecting us. Um, I believe in the Most High sending protectors for me. Whether you want to call them angels, whether you want to call them spirits, whatever they are, I know that I have a camp of protection around me. I know that I am protected at all times. And we got to remember to fortify them, to give them a break, and to help them out during this time. You know what I mean? So that they're not doubling and overworking, to keep things in order in our lives. September is bringing breakthroughs and manifestations for all of us. Intuition is heightened. Absolutely. Absolutely, sis. It absolutely is. And we going into a Virgo new moon. Virgos are handfuls. Child, my ex-husband is a Virgo. Makai's father is a Virgo. When I say a test, Virgos are a test for me. I don't know why. Maybe because we're both ruled by Mercury. And so, I don't know. But Virgo men are definitely tests for me. So with this energy of abundance coming with the new moon in Virgo, and the energy of us moving forward, and the energy of fall coming, leaving out of this summer, going into fall, knowing that it's almost time for us to start gathering all that we have been putting out into the universe, to be reaping those benefits that we've planted during spring. We've watched bloom in summer, and now it's time for us to go and harvest all that we've put out there. Knowing and trusting that is important and optimal. Peace and blessings. Take action, but let the spirit meet us halfway. Absolutely. Yes, a lot of affirming, and affirmations are important because we're affirming, we're claiming. It's like claiming. You know how you in church you say claim it. You claiming the blessings coming to you, and then you watching the manifestation happen before your eyes. That everything you prayed for, that you set your intentions on, that you work towards, drop into your lap. So I love you, ladies. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. For all of you who are watching this, um, play as a playback and not live with me tonight, I love you as well. I am 100% grateful for my community, both near and far. I'm in love with the fact that every week I am meeting a person in another foreign country who's like, I've been watching you for a year or two, and I love your channel, and I love what you're bringing to us, and can you teach us about? I love that. So if you are watching later, please don't hesitate to interact with this video. I need the energy as well, as a person that is word Harriet, as the person that is preparing and creating and constantly trying to feed my community, and making sure that we all stay at a place where we're fed and we're vibrating at optimal levels throughout the month. If nobody has told you today, you are extremely loved and you are enough. There is no one and nothing outside of you that is more important to you than you. So don't give your power and your energy to anybody else. outside of you. Know that there is no mountain too big for you to be able to conquer. There is no valley too low that your sister Heidi is not about to go into with you. And there is no river that can wash us away and keep us apart from each other. I love you guys and my community. And I want to thank you for being here, giving me this amount of your time tonight at whatever point you tuned in. Thank you for joining here. I hope to see all of your faces on Friday on the live. If not, come and join with a playback. Chantel, thank you for coming and stopping in again. I don't know if you're still here, but I want to thank you for coming and joining us again for the period of time that you were here. It's always a pleasure. And for those who are my regulars and my normals in this circle, I am grateful for you guys constantly tapping in. All right. If y'all have any questions for me, make sure y'all shoot me a message. Okay. And go practice all that good old climaxing. Y'all gonna make sure we got some babies coming, child. If y'all have babies, make sure y'all let me know so I can come be y'all doula. So I can help y'all breathe it down. So exciting. Hey, should I cover real quick before I get off? Should I cover childbirth and stuff like that this month? Not like fully going through what childbirth is, but tips towards childbirth, because I know I got a lot of community who's trying to conceive. And so obviously if you're trying to conceive, you're also going to end up birthing a baby. Or at least that's the goal. So should I cover topics and things dealing with the word massage feet? Should I cover childbirth or things centered around that in our sacred sexuality talks? I'm just trying to make a plan so I can come to y'all with what I want to discuss. All right, sis. All right, cool. I love y'all. Don't forget, get that money, honey. Get that money, honey. Don't forget. I love you. I'm going to say peace. Have a blessed evening. My dear collective, have a blessed night. Peace. What? This child is hilarious. I need to learn what moves I need to do before and after. More juicy topics. Okay. I will deliver. On Friday, we'll cover some stuff. Hey. Maybe Friday's new moon ritual will deal with sex manifestation. Because we've covered that last month, but we only talked about a little bit. So maybe I will give y'all full details about how I do my sex manifestation. Like we've talked about it before, but I think I'll do like a printout, like a PDF that y'all will be able to download and use and print if y'all want to. So I think that would be fun for the new moon manifestation of Virgo. And Virgo is energy of earth, so it's very much into manifestation. Not leaving your thought up in the air. It's not an air sign, it's an earth sign. So we got to know that what we plant in the energy of Virgo will come forward. She said I'll try to feed next time. Word. Yes, child. Get them big toes, get them corns and them nuts and all that. Get in between them toes, girl. Yes, child. Yes, Malvina. All right. So I will make it. I'll make a portion of our new moon manifestation to deal with sex, since we talk about sacred sexuality. Word. Gotta take it in. Yes. I will, Marcia. All right, my dears. Enjoy your night. Get rest, hydrate, and drive those men crazy in the bed. Peace.